Hello friends, this is Ifa. Welcome back to another Plan With Me video. In this video, I'm going to share my March 2024 bullet journal setup. So this month's theme is not so unique, but I'm going to make my first tea party theme in my bullet journal. So I'm very excited to share this with you. So let's begin with the cover page. As you can see here, I'm using the Tombow brush pen to draw out the outlines of my illustrations. I have been using this technique in 2022 until I have found a new style using some different colored fine liners. And with fine liners, you cannot control pressure of the tip of your pen and you cannot control the thickness of your lines. So I think this pen does this work whenever you want a thick line, and whenever you want to add a thin line, you can do whatever you want with this pen, even though the softer brush pens are pretty hard to control. But this hard tip brush pen is pretty useful whenever you want to make this kind of illustrations. I've been missing this technique for such a long period, so I'm very happy about this thing. You'll see that after drawing out all of the elements, how pretty it looks. So for this illustration, I wanted to add a teapot which is pouring some tea on a cup, and I wanted to add the frames behind these elements because I was very much excited to do a tea party theme, and the theme inspirations wasn't going with my vibe, so I've been searching for a lot of pictures, and finally I got a reference picture and it inspired me to go with these frames. Even though I am not going to follow the whole pattern, but definitely this is the inspiration for my cover page. So as you can see here, I have drawn the teapot like you're pouring your tea into a cup, and I placed the cup in another frame, and around these frames I have drawn a couple of sakura flowers or cherry blossoms. I didn't use the reference fully because I wanted to make this illustration into my own style, so I just randomly drew some sakura flowers here. As you can see, there are some single flowers, there are some petals, and also some bunch of flowers together. And I'm going to leave the tea without outlines because I wanted to add a darker color for the tea, and I didn't want to add any outlines into it because it might look like a tea has some outlines, but I really wanted to make the tea look transparent or liquidy if that makes sense, I don't know. So for the color of the background, I've gone for a brown shade. I could go with a lighter background shade, but I didn't want to color with a lighter scheme because the cups and the teapot is going to be light. At first I wanted to use a very light pink color, but I thought it won't work with this whole theme, and I didn't color the teapot and leave it white because I didn't want to add the whole theme looks too pinkish. For the bottom frame's background, I have gone for a yellow color. I was very confused in the beginning that should I use a lighter blue color or this chrome yellow color, but I thought I would like to go with more warmer tone for the cover page, so I skipped the blue and I have colored it with the yellow. And even though the yellow wasn't looking very good in my sense, but I wanted to change it even though it's not possible at that moment, so I skipped that. For the cherry blossoms, I wanted to have an ombre shade into the flowers. Like as you can see here, I'm coloring the inner part with a darker pink, then I'm using another pink to gradually build the color and blend it out. And later you'll see me using a little bit of darker pink shade to darken up the inner spaces of the flowers. For the elements of the teapot and cup, I have drawn a roses and a floral design here, and I wanted to color the rose with a very dark rose pink color. And I think with the white background this illustration was popping up. I wanted to make the illustrations of both teapot and cup looks more 3D, so I tried to add a lot of details into it, like these little shadows, and later I'll be using some other details, you'll see that. So I don't know if it will look like a 3D painting on the teapot or the ceramics, so I don't know. Let me know what you think. So yeah, that's it for this step, and the next step is very precious for me, which is using a gold foil watercolor into the spread. I absolutely love using gold watercolors because the shimmer is so bright, and it was feeling like I'm actually illustrating a gold foiled teapot. So I'm using the Gansai Thambi Starry watercolors, which has this red gold color, and I like this red shimmery gold color into my illustrations the most. So yeah, I'm using this for the gold foiled part. And for more dimensions, I have used this very light gray color to give the teapot and cup a little dimension, and also I'm using my Sakura Jelly Roll pen in white to give a more dimension to the illustrations, and the parts should be looks 3D. For the title, I'm going with my calligraphy font. And that's it for the cover page. I absolutely love this whole spread. Even though I wanted to add the blue in the frame, I really don't care because it looks so gorgeous. So that's it for the cover page, and the next spread is my minimal monthly calendar page. It's not too much to do in this spread, so I will just talk about a little brief on this spread. I spaced 5-ish to 3.5 grids for each day, and I have spaced out the whole calendar from Sunday to Saturday as I always do. And in the top part I have a banner for the headers, and in the bottom part I have added a space for notes so that I can write the important dates here. And in the top I have added some stickers there from my shop and a little petals here and there to finish up the spread. And this spread is not too much, and I didn't add too much elements into it because the cover page is much more bolder, and I keep it very simple. I'm very sleepy right now because it's 2 a.m. in the night, but it's the most peaceful time to give the voiceover. So that's it for my calendar page as well. And the next spread is my task and top priorities spread. I would like to tell you that in this bullet journal setup, I'm not going to add any kind of trackers or planner spreads I have always done, such as my habit tracker, mood tracker, sleep tracker, water tracker, or the planners like content planner, shop planner, pattern planner, because I'm not going to work on those stuffs for March. I'm not going to work for the full month for my content creation or any other stuff due to some personal reasons. Even though I'll be active, I'll be posting consistently on YouTube, and also my Patreon will be active, and I will post the monthly printables on time, and also there will be videos going up on YouTube. I'll try to post in Instagram as well. I'm not going to promise to be active on Instagram because Instagram is not my thing properly. I don't enjoy it that much. I used to do it before, even though I am very active there, but I don't know, I don't post very often. So moving back to this setup, as you can see here, the spread is pretty similar to the cover page. I really don't have too much to talk about it. I've drawn the illustration in the middle of the page so that I don't have to decorate the whole spread together. And as I'm making this larger illustration, I really don't want to make too much in both of the spreads, so I made one single illustration here. I would like to talk about some other stuffs here, as these steps are very similar to my cover page and there is nothing too much to explain here. So if you're new here, I would like to tell you that I have a shop and I do have a Patreon page where I put monthly printables like calendars, sticker sheets, wallpapers for your phone or tablet, then the same cover page from my bullet journal, a bunch of journaling kits together, and also there are 2 Happy Meal tier with same rewards, which are the physical reward. And I'm sending out 2 of my sticker sheets, or 1 sticker sheet and 2 small die cut, or 1 large die cut with 1 sticker sheet from my shop. And definitely this is cheaper from my shop, so if you're interested, go check that out, because sometimes my patrons get the benefit of getting early products before I launch it in my shop. And also there are some other fun stuffs there, like you get membership card and some stamps each month you stayed in, so there is a benefit as well. One of my Happy Meal tier patron has already purchased 5 months and she collected 5 stamps, so she'll get a benefit, which is a custom sticker sheet for free. There will be no charges for her for that sticker sheet, and I will put that sticker sheet in my shop later whenever I feel like it's going with the vibe or the season. I'm very happy about the patrons who have been supporting me for 3 years, and I think this month my patron is going to be 3 years old. It's a very long journey, I guess, and the stable income I've been getting from my patrons have been pushed me so far to start my physical shop, and I'm very, very thankful to them. I cannot take too many names because in past 3 months so many people were here to support me, and we have so many members there. So yeah, I would like to tell you that I really, really love you all, and currently I'm living in a dream that I used to see in 2020, so this is something very exciting actually. So before I stop talking about Patreon and my shop, I would just quickly tell you that the physical mail is going to be sent by tomorrow, and I'll add 2 sticker sheets. One of them is a deco sheet and another one is a tea party themed. Back to the spread, I've talked too much about it. So as you can see here, I've made the whole spread already. This spread is not too much, but just kind of like master to-do list, and I'll write all the tasks that I'm going to do for my shop, Patreon contents and other stuffs here, and also I'll write all the priority tasks at first. So that's it for this spread, and the next spread is going to be my weekly spread. I'm using a very minimal washi tape, such as this grid washi tape and also this plain color washi tapes, and I love this style whenever I use heavy illustrations and I skip designed washi tapes much. So yeah, in this weekly spread I'm going to include 4 of my weeklies in a Dutch door again, and I'm not going to set up all these spreads at once. I'll just set up the first weekly spread here, and as you can see that I'm making this little Dutch door with 4 pages, and I'm also making some tabs in the bottom. I'm adding the tabs in the bottom because I didn't want to interrupt the illustration that I'm going to make later in this spread. To decorate the tabs, I'm using these washi tapes, and not having any paper cut, I'm using my corner round cutter. So for the illustration, I am going to make cup in a frame in the left page and the teapot with the frame in the right page. I really didn't have too much to draw here, so I thought I'll stick to this theme and go with the flow, because it's not necessary to draw, as we always go with the themes. I think that's fine. In these side spaces, I will add mini calendar and also an important task list. While coloring with this darker pink, it kind of smudging. I think this is not the problem of the ink. I think this is the problem of the paper, and I think it's soaking the ink little late, even though it doesn't bother me much because it's just an illustration and it doesn't have to be perfect for me. For the spacing of the days, there is very short spaces, so I'm going to separate the whole spread into 6, and the bottom space is going to be a little bolder. So my thought is to add a little water tracker in the bottom for the week, and the rest of the days are going to be in the top. While drawing this flower, I started coloring first and then using the black brush pen, and it kind of make it look very muddy and I don't like it. So I have added this sticker, even though I don't like it, because I'm going to add this mini calendar from my planner sticker. So I am going to remove this March header and I'm just replacing with this month. I didn't like the flowers here, so I had to do this. So for the days of the weekly spreads, I'm going to do the same headers that I've been making for the Dutch doors. I'm using this weekly header sticker sheet from my first few shop updates, and I think these are from the C grade sticker sheets, and I don't like to sell or give it out to anyone, so I just use it for my own, and I think it's fine to use in my journal because it's mine and I don't feel too much bothered with this. I'm using the pastel square stickers here as well to add more dimension into this weekly spread, and I really don't want to use any kind of stickers into this theme, but I think this Dutch door goes with these kind of headers and this kind of stickers. I think in my shop I don't have any weekend header stickers, so I have to use both Friday and Saturday to mark out the weekend. And that's it for the weekly spread as well. I'll be making other 3 weekly spreads later, and if it's possible I will post them into a reel or a short in YouTube and Instagram, so stay tuned. That's it for this whole setup, and here comes the final flip through. I like this theme a lot and it gives me some coziness of spring. So that's it for this video and for this setup. I hope you like this. If you do, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. If you do this, my channel will grow a little bit and this will support me a lot. So I hope I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.